Hello everyone, it's your girl Rich Chaser again. Happy 2021. Today we got a very special guest, the king of Priuses himself, the possible future of this local scene. Please introduce yourself.
Alright, so I am Touge Bius. I drive a Prius, and I try and make the best of what I have.
You know what, I like how you're being really humble, but I'll just say on behalf of you, this is definitely something special. What we're about to see is a Prius run that is equivalent to what the average Miata driver can achieve.
Well, I mean, I don't know. A lot of them are boomers. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people fly off cliffs.
Yeah, and the thing is, you haven't even been here for too long relatively, yet you still are considered a very upper tier guy. We really want to understand how to achieve something like this. We'll do a little live commentary of this run, and hopefully people can learn from you.
Wait, hold on. Whatever. We can go maintenance mode later.
Yeah, so basically maintenance mode is the way to get rid of traction control, but it started without it. Right here is actually pretty slick, just because it's been raining a couple days ago, and this is all under trees. And I'm pretty much just flat out for the solid, I guess, 35 seconds, all throughout the start, up through here. And I'm not going to get on the brakes up until this first corner right at the top of the hill. Just because there's a large bump, I guess you could say. Yeah, it's the bump. So I'm still basically, I dab the brakes and then flick it in left to right, and don't really get on the brakes at all. I'm trying to keep as much momentum as possible. And I'm constantly getting back on the throttle because it's the CVT, and if I don't, I immediately lose 2 seconds because I'm out of the power band. Right there I turned in a bit early, and yeah, it was a fun experience. We can talk about that a little bit later after the analysis. Essentially what I'm doing is just using as much of the road as humanly possible. A lot of people give double laners a whole bunch of shit, but on a road like this, I've seen more people kill themselves, well not actually, but fly off cliffs and crash only using one lane because they think they're, I can't double lane, that's dangerous, I'm gonna crash. I would honestly beg to differ on this road. Right here, this corner is always notoriously super slick. It's just understeer city. And then I'm back to being completely flat out. If I'm not braking, I'm flat out pretty much. That's basically what I'm doing in this car. Flat out through here, there's a little dab of the brakes after this right-left chicane, because if you hit this bump right here on the crest, if you're not already turned in, you're going to go into those bushes. I did that once and curved the wheel pretty badly, but no actual damage. That's what counts. Essentially, back being flat out all the way down through here, and then brakes and dive down into this right-left corner. That's a part, there's that corner, and then one more that you'll see coming up that absolutely destroyed the suspension on this car. It's not a fun experience driving it. It just makes you feel pretty lame. There's a little crest coming up that you can dab the brakes on, get off the brakes, and back on the brakes right before this hairpin. It helps to slow you down a little better. It's also, a little bit safer than just saving all of your brakes at 85 miles an hour for one corner. This is the corner that you'll hear it coming up.
Oh my god.
Absolutely destroys suspension. It is, this road is bad, I guess you could say the least. I don't know why we drive it. Really bumpy right there. Another little crest, dab the brakes, you get back on the brakes, and keep the corner as tight as possible, and then come over across the left lane and stay inside, and then pop out for this last little straight and into the final hairpin. And that'll do it for this run. Otherwise, a lot of leaves on the inside there, but usually pretty solid. And that's it.
And time, yeah, 3:19. Not too shabby for a good setup.
It was okay. I wouldn't say it was my cleanest ever, but it'll get by. It was a sub 320, so it's fast. Essentially, the first main part, I would argue, was the first left-right chicane. I turned in really early, and I noticed that because if I didn't stop turning in, I was going to hit a rock right here. Yeah, I straightened out basically after turning in, and then I flicked the car back in. Through that entire thing, I'm full throttle. Otherwise, I probably would have gone into the cliff or off the cliff. Either of those things I am not a fan of. The second downhill S with the tree, that one absolutely destroys suspension, and I hit it pretty aggro, and you can hear the car completely bottom out.
Any final words as we wrap this up for drivers who want to learn or people who are currently in the scene?
Having a slow car is extremely beneficial, and something cheap as well. One reason I was able to get so fast in the Prius is because I just didn't give a shit about it. I already started off having the car and just not liking it, so me just throwing it around corners and hitting potholes and gutter dropping and all that crap, I never really felt like, oh no, I'm hurting my baby. Follow
Backroad Bender on YouTube.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you do get your shout out.
That's my shout out. That's my one claim to fame.
Right on. Well, hope to see you again soon. As for now, love your day.